Well, I want to give credit to LSU. They came in and very physical football team. Didn't have any turnovers. Um, Nussmeier was really good. Their offensive line was as well. Um, Defensively, we couldn't run the football on them. Couldn't get off on third down. There was a lot of things that we've got to get better at. We got to coach them better as well. But um, I thought this was a really good LSU team coming in here, and I think they are now too. But 50 offensive snaps and 3 turnovers, we have to do better there, and we've got to get off the field on third down. Um, and with that, I'll take whatever questions you have.
You had the late turnover, but the 2 turnovers you had, the Talons and then into Binions really seemed like game-changing type moments.
Yeah, they hurt big time because I think RW got 12 yards on that particular run as a first down play. I think we had the ball 4 times in the first half, and really it moved it pretty well, and then something would go wrong. And then of course the interception was a one play. We got the ball with the 16-10. Everything kind of was coming in what we thought. We told the kids at half. We said, we get the ball, we'll get it to a one-score game, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown, and then we'll get the ball back. We'll take the lead, put the pressure back on them, and it kind of was working out that way. And then we missed a outside rusher that we should have blocked, and then threw the ball and got tipped up, got it to the one, and then they made the 2-point conversion on top of that, and we got down 14, and just seemed like we couldn't bounce back from that.
They had an 18-yard play, maybe like a 27-yard play, something like that. But that was all for big plays. Did it seem like Nussmeier was just taking everything you were giving him?
What we were giving him, and I mean, they were throwing 8 and 10 yard hitch routes, and wide open. So obviously we tried some different things there. Tried some man to man, and tried some zero coverage, total coverage. They were Nussmeier was really good, and their wideouts were really good, and we've got to get better because we'll see a lot of that continue on down through the season, through the end of the season.
About how you wanted to make sure to stop the LSU run game. Just what did they do, especially early? What did you see from the LSU run game today?
I think their line's pretty good, really good. They ran the stretch play well. They ran it so well we knew it was coming and couldn't stop it. I mean, um, I thought their line did a good job. We didn't tackle particularly well. We made some hits in the hole that ended up 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 5. Um, so I just think that their backs ran hard, their line blocked well. We missed some gaps, and we didn't tackle like we had in the past.
What do you think was behind the slower game for your own run game today?
Well, we didn't run it that many times. We ran it 19, but then whenever you don't make good yards on it, we did make a 12-yard run and fumbled. I think that the passing game there in the first half, I thought it was working well, and actually I thought we was doing pretty good job, and then we just stalled out and end up having to kick the field goal. Unfortunately, we missed it, and then in the second half he came back and made another one. But point being is I think we were just trying to do what we thought had some success. We were protecting it pretty well in the first half, and then had some breakdowns there in the second half.
Give an update on Jaquindon, and even before the injury, he looked a little banged up.
Yeah, I mean he's had that ankle. He wanted to go, and he had practiced all week, and but he just got it tweaked up a little bit again. Same one.
Looked like in the first half, you guys were getting pressure on Nussmeier, but just not quite able to get there at the end. I mean, is that a little demoralizing for a defense?
And then when we hit him, they called a penalty, on that one. Well, they give up 2 sacks, on the year. So, he's getting the ball out. Obviously, their 2 tackles are pretty special, even though I thought Landon did a good job of getting around the edge several different times. Uh, but you throw a hitch, you don't have to protect it very long. And so yeah, I'm disappointed.
Sam, you switched up your offensive line tonight. Just what went into that?
Yeah. We did it actually after the game, on that on 2 weeks ago. We felt like Blackstock could handle the bull a little bit better. We also thought Harris might could handle a little bit more of a speed rusher out there. I'll have to wait and see how it looks. I thought it probably, we just didn't run the ball as much. But I thought it was a good move. I think we'll have Kudus back the remainder of the year too, so he can add into that flow. But that's why we did it, just for the girth of trying to, he's tall, trying to block a 330-pound D tackle, where we felt like Blackstock could do that. We felt like could be a little more athletic outside against a smaller guy.
You mentioned not running as much tonight. Was that solely just dictated by situations, or did you think you're going to throw it more today?
No, I mean, we thought that we could attack their secondary. As long as we could protect it, we thought we could attack their secondary. But the game was just, like, when the time of possession is so, I think you may go, hey, this is what I know we can go attack, and let's try to see if we can get a little bit bigger play out of it. And I felt like that's what we were trying to do, a little bit more than normal. And you can see that we're having a hard time getting off the field. And so you might think a little bit more of trying to quick strike and get more explosive plays. And we felt going into the game that we could do that throwing the football.
Hey, Sam, going back to the pick at the goal line, Weeks, he was their defense player of the week last week. He had 18 tackles, first career pick. But just what you see that play, pretty athletic play, I thought, and just how game changing that was.
Well, it was a single off the to the field. We had inside zone read throw, a combination of read to throw. We didn't out to him, which we needed to. He came free, and we tried to throw off of him, and I believe he's the one who batted it up and caught it.
Did somebody miss a block, or was that?
Yeah, we needed to get out to him. Yeah.
And this is really the first time you guys, the other 2 games losses were very close. How do you? I know LSU's really good. How do you think you guys respond to this? Because there's a lot of games left.
I think we'll be fine. I still think we've got a good football team. I think LSU is pretty good. But I think we've got a good football team. We have to respond. I mean, we go on to Mississippi State, and then we got Ole Miss and Texas, and I mean, we got Missouri, we got Louisiana Tech. We got some good teams, but we can, we always want to go to postseason, and we can still do that. And our kids will be excited to try to get to postseason, and we've got a rebound next week, obviously, because Mississippi State, I think, is playing a lot better than what they did early in the year.
Sam, what was your perspective on the Tyrone Broden play where they called targeting and then overturned it? Were you surprised by that?
I was. Yeah, I was. I thought, yeah, I thought it was a defensive player, but they didn't, and they looked at it. So, but I thought it was.
Did Broden come back in after that play? Okay.
I think you had like maybe 3 hands on balls with your defensive backs early and in the first half. I mean, obviously you guys got to make a play somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, there were several things early. The one thing that stuck out to me was the third downs. I mean, and they're jumping off sides, and it's 1st and 15, and we're still not getting. They jumped off 8 times, and we're still not getting off the field. And it was. I'll give them credit. Nussmeier's throwing the heck out of the ball, but we were just way off of them. And we tried to, like I say, we tried to adjust it, but then they ran a stop and go on us. And so they've got good wideouts, and we just got to continue to get better there.
What do you think of Talon overall? And did you feel like he was 100%?
I felt like he was close to 100% because he practiced that way. I think I saw him limping a little bit after he got hit a couple times. But I think he went 21 or something on his GPS. And so I think he was ready to go. I don't know if he was 100%, but he's 90 at least. And we'll certainly take him at 90.
A lot of sacks this season on third down, and a lot of times when you're in scoring position also.
Yeah. We've had several in the red area. And third down, it's just the exotic pressures that each team has, and we practice them, and then they'll add something new for that particular game. And rules are rules, and they should apply. And like we missed a protection with the back today. So we got to clean all that up, Trey.
I know you've already explained why you guys might have abandoned the running game a little bit, but is this maybe a lesson moving forward to just maybe be a little bit more vigilant in that? Or is it, like you said, just the game flow and everything tonight?
I don't know. I think you're always trying to establish the run. You're always trying to establish running. I think the score dictates some things. I think how you feel like your matchup is on the protections and throwing and catching. I think that has something to do with it. But you never want to abandon the run unless the score dictates that you don't have a chance. And so we'll go back to work and try to get all that corrected.
And I know you guys put some pressure on Nussmeier. I think he had 7 or 8 hurries.
Yeah.
But it's amazing to me, they've still on the season. South Carolina sacked him twice, the only sacks they've given up all freaking year. Just how impressive is that to you?
Sacks go a lot with a lot of people. And it starts with the quarterback. I mean, that's where it starts, and the O-line. It starts there. Then you add the running backs in there and all that. But I mean, we came clean a couple of times and didn't even hit him. He had it out, So I remember when I was at Tennessee and they had Tyler Bray, and he would get rid of that ball. Made us look a lot better. But I thought Landon Jackson was rushing his tail off, and he got to him a time or two. But a guy was throwing it, so sacks. I felt like we did a pretty good job of rushing him, and I thought he did a great job getting the ball out of his hand.
Appreciate it.